My name's Rowdy McClung. I'm the director of Alpha Omega Community Ministries. I was asked how this thing started, and it was back in '05. I was spending some time with the Lord, and I was reading in Kings about Elijah being by the brook and how the ravens fed him. And it was in that moment that God just birthed the idea of feeding senior adults that were stuck in their house for whatever reason. It's so neat how we came across the people that we serve. Not one person has directly asked for this. It's always been a reference, or maybe somebody we're serving said, "Hey, do you know about so-and-so?" And so we go visit them, and you know, actually have to talk them into letting us serve them, and because they just, again, come from the school of not wanting to bother anybody, or they're not takers. So it's such an awesome privilege to be able to serve folks like that.
But it's super to know that somebody's coming to bring you something to eat every day. I think God has really blessed them.
Well, I am thankful for this ministry, and Rowdy has been a blessing to me, helping me through this last 6 months. They haven't quit coming, bringing my meal every day. As many blessings on that ministry, and I'm Rowdy for taking the time to think about me.
If I speak with a silver tongue, convince a crowd, but don't have love, I leave a bitter taste with every word I say. So let my life be the proof of your love. Let my love look like you and what you're made of. How you lived, how you died, love is sacrifice. So let my life be the proof of
We found volunteers just through word of mouth. You know, our home church gathering place. Clearly, a lot of people have stepped up, and you know, my heart on this is that God really reveals to someone they need to do this. You know, the last thing I want is somebody to serve out of a sense of guilt or a sense of obligation. You know, this for me is an honor, and that's what I really would like all the volunteers to feel, is that this is an honor and a privilege to serve these folks. I was delivering to Miss Lois, one of our dear old ladies, and I gave her a big hug at the end and told her I loved her. And she looked at me and said, "I know. It's not what we say, it's what we do." You know, that shows people that we love them. And so it really, you know, it was just in that moment God was showing me that He was pleased with what we're doing with this Raven ministry. I had to trade in my American dream for God's plan for my life, which included doing this. And it took 7 years for God to shave a lot of flesh off of me and get me to the point to where I could be a rusty wrench in His toolbox. Just a lot of I had arrived at a place of humility to serve these people. So it took a while, and it wasn't easy, but I'm so thankful for the journey.
Stranger, would we let you in?
Resources are given from several places. One, we have an allowance from our home church that's kind of sent us out, and it doesn't meet all our needs, but it definitely helps buy the groceries and put fuel in the car. We actually have some of the people we serve give back to us, even in their poverty. It's the sweetest thing for a little old disabled lady to hand me $20. It just warms my heart that they would do that. So some of those funds help. But I really feel like God wants to expand this ministry, and it takes money to do this. And so, as God leads, we just pray that people be obedient to give as God sees fit. I was asked what the purpose of this video was for, and I'd like to make 3 points with the presentation. The first being, there are hurting people in our community that need the service. Senior adults that are stuck at their house, that come from the school of not asking, and so they really need this. And so, we just want to get it out there, what we're doing through the Raven Ministry. And the second point I'd like to make is, and not even connected to this ministry, if somebody's sitting and listening to this today, God can do it. God's putting something in your heart, ministry-wise, and you just feel like you can't do it. If He can use me, He can use anybody. There's been a lot of obstacles along the way, and God has opened and closed doors for us, but take that step of faith and watch what God will do. All He needs is your obedience. He'll do the rest if you'll just obey what He tells you to do. And the third thing, and it's last and least, really, because God is so faithful. But I really feel like this year God wants to explode this ministry. I think there are a lot of people that are hurting and need this, and it's going to take more resources to do it as we grow. So as God leads, I just pray that people would be obedient to give if that's what God's calling them to do. So.